Welcome to CENG331 Computer Organization. This is Errol Şahin and I'm going to teach you how computer works. Well, a computer in a way is much like a car and you as a programmer being its driver. I bet many of you know how to drive. After all, the fundamentals are pretty simple. You press the gas pedal to accelerate, you press the brake to slow down, the steering wheel changes the direction of the car, and then you need to know how to switch gears. In a car with manual gearbox, you may also need to use the clutch when you are switching gears. In a car with automatic gearbox, you don't even need to do that and only use the stick to switch between forward and rear directions. Of course, there are the turn signals, wipers, etc., but those are the extra add-on that are not really essential to get going. Once you know the basics of driving, nothing can hold you back. You can drive a car. And once you know how to drive a car, you can drive any car because they all share the very same user interface. As a matter of fact, there are billions of people who can drive. It's proof that everybody can drive a car and there's nothing fancy about it. Putting it on your resume is much like saying, well, I can walk nowadays. It's a shame if you don't, but if you do, it doesn't get you any extra points. At this point, as someone who learned driving quietly, let me advise you to learn driving in the summer. It just takes a few hours a week, and the earlier you learn, the more time you have to master it. Based on my confession, however, let me warn those who already know how to drive and smile at me while thinking, well, what a newbie driver I may be. Because I'm not. I've driven 20, 30 different cars, have picked up hundreds of thousands of kilometers under my belt in as many cities and countries that you cannot imagine. But I could have easily made my living as a truck driver, but alas, here I am teaching you. Okay, where were we? Well, I was talking about how everybody could drive, yet I put it on this guy on the first slide. Who is he? For those who are not interested in cars, this guy is Lewis Hamilton. He's one of the best drivers in Formula One racing. He's a guy who may only put the sentence, I can drive, in his resume, and would easily get a job paying more than you can imagine. I bet you can all drive the car he's leaning onto, of course, only if your parents have bought it for you. But not like this guy. This guy doesn't just drive. He drives the hell out of a car. Well, when you get in this car, you may realize that the steering wheel is a bit different. You can drive it like a regular car, but then there are all those colorful buttons on it. I would bet that you would mistake the steering wheel with a game console if I hadn't put the car in the background. Sure, they must be useful for something, and you bet Hamilton is busy pressing those buttons as he drives. But what are they? What do they do? Well, Hamilton knows what these buttons do, when to push them so that he could make the most out of his car. Accelerate fast, make turns without rolling, and brake without slipping. And that's what makes him special. Those knobs, we can control different parts of the car that he drives. And in order to be able to use them, Hamilton needs to know how the car works, how the tires react under different weather conditions and speeds, how the aerodynamics affects the car, how the engine responds to pressing the gas pedal, how switching gears will change the traction that his car on a wet race track, etc. Obviously, Hamilton is no engineer. He's not the one designing the car's engine, its tires, etc. But he needs to understand how these subsystems work and interact with each other as well as the track. And those buttons allow him to set the parameters of these subsystems in order to get the maximum performance from his car. Guess what? The computer that you have been programming so far also had all those colorful buttons, except you didn't see it. You were blind all the way, and in this course, I'm going to open up your eyes. You've been driving your computer like a regular car to get from point A to point B without knowing how to make the most out of it. In this course, we will cover how a computer works, how its subsystems such as the CPU, which is designed from a bunch of logic gates, how the memory consists of a hierarchy of different technologies, and how your programs get translated into machine code and etc. So in short, this course will transition you from a new programmer into a pro programmer in just 16 weeks, after which you will have the power to make the hell out of your computer when you need to. Of course, when others dare to tell you that everybody knows programming, you will put a Hamilton smile and respond, yeah, but I know how to program, and just walk away. So please register to this course, my channel, and don't forget to turn on the notifications. See you.